Okay. Hey man, what's going on? Yep, that's it. So I'm gonna sort of take you through like I think the first recorded game it's gonna be the Ghost Lake one. Um, Poseidon vs Thor. I'll take you through what I do in my head. If I see anything you're doing which I wouldn't do, I'll let you know, and we'll just go from there. Hopefully it's enlightening or whatever. So if you open up the recorder game, we'll 3, 2, 1 it, and then we'll go. Just playing on normal speed.
Normal speed then? Or?
Yep, normal speed.
Alright. One sec, let me get some headphones.
Yep, no worries.
Alright.
Alright. So have you got the game open?
No. Wait.
You still have the game?
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Let me check. The Ghost Lake one, right?
Yep, Ghost Lake.
I data. No, I don't think I have it.
Okay, I'll send it via Skype. Oopsies, I've already got one now open. So I got Season 1, Season 2. These are the recorded games we'll be going through.
Okay.
Right. So open. Are you open at 0 seconds?
Okay. No, wait. Which one though? The first one or?
The first one.
Okay. Alright. The 01.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing you really want to do when you spawn is to ring your bell. I know you got lucky in that your boar spawned on that side where you can walk villagers straight over to, but if you just use your bell, then you can check exactly where your first hunt is and you can send it out to that side really quickly. It's just a little trick which I don't know if everyone does it, but it's just something I do. Other than that, you also want to group your town center. I use 3. I don't know if you use the hotkeys for your town center or not, but yeah, if you pardon, you use H.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. But once you get more than one town center, it's really easy to just hit like a number and then hit your villager hotkey. Like I can have 4 town centers on group 3, and then I can hit 3, and my hotkey for villager is Q, is going to create 4 villages for me like instantly. So it's really easy to boom.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the wood placement on your storehouse. Just got the most service area, so that's good. Always want to make sure your storehouse is very close to as many wood as you possibly can. It's just little things, I think, but of course you're doing it. Against Thor's Poseidon, I prefer to use 3 villages on wood. It just lets you get that age up a little bit quicker, because if he rushes you, you can get into a world of hurt with that forest fire and then some Ulfsark harass. You might have to burn ceasefire and then get your town center walled in against a really good Thor player. So 5, 3, 3. So that's 5 villages on food, 3 wood, 3 gold is pretty standard. And you can get up at 4:30 to 5ish, and most Thor aggression won't really do anything, and you can get on the aggressive and abuse your early game.
But if I use 3 on wood, I can't get the pickaxe, right? Early
No,
pickaxe.
no, you don't. Like if you want to be economic, then you can do 4 wood, but against Thor, you have to be aware that if you do go economic and he doesn't and he rushes you, you can probably hurt yourself more than you're aiding yourself by getting that early pickaxe. Of course, it depends on the map, but you've seen you have the 2 boar. That means he has 2 boar. That means he can advance really quick and rush you if he so chooses to. I don't know what he did this game. I did watch it, but I can't remember. But it's more apparent on Titans than Nilla, but the same sort of principle applies. I know that AOM King says the way to play Norse versus Greek is to advance at 4:30 and forest fire and just like run them over really early. But the way to counter that, and it doesn't really hurt you, doesn't set you back that much, is to just advance really quickly. And like I mean, you can advance at 5:15, get up to the classical age at 5:15 and still be fine. But as I said, you're gonna be in definite better shape if you're up at 4:30. So you did get pickaxe. Considering that you're not gonna have the food, like this is the build order like you chose to do. You chose to put 4 villages on wood. You can actually get that temple up. You can actually get husbandry, pickaxe, and then temple, and you're still gonna get the temple up before you need to advance to the classical age. It's just sort of ordering your upgrades in a way that stuff works a little bit better. And husbandry is a ridiculously good technology. I think actually you may have. Did you get husbandry before temple? Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And yeah, husbandry is completely underrated technology. It halves the walking distance, and it's just really good. It's also like unofficially gives you like 9% extra farm rate, because it halves the. It's not the extra farm rate. You don't gather faster, but you gather like 9% extra with husbandry because of the cut in walking distance. That makes sense. When you're advancing to the classical age, yeah, you've split up the wood villages. That's good, but you don't have enough villages on wood. You really want to have at least 6. like at least 6 villages on wood, so you can get that stable out instantly, like 2 stables and an archery range out instantly, and start producing units. Grabbing hand axe, you haven't got it yet. Hand axe is a staple when you start advancing as well. You've got it, that's good. Yeah, other than that, I think you've just got too many villagers on food at the moment. You can get away with 7 on food, 6 on wood, and then 6 on or 5 on gold or something. You also only need to get 2 favor from your temple, just so that unless you want to get centaurs out, I don't know. But if you just want the second age hero, just get 2 favor and then go over and chop some more wood. Like, as you can see, you've got 2 villagers building a stable, when you could have 2 villagers building 2 stables, and that would get up the stables quicker. Just super duper little things which will let you get units out faster and you can be more aggressive and then overrun your opponent with better micro or more units. It's really a macro game sort of thing. Are you just going for stables, or are you going to get some? Yeah.
I think I take out archery.
Okay. Whenever I watched top players play, what they did mostly was as soon as they hit the classical age, they started sending villagers to wood until they had like 8 to 10 villagers on wood, and that means you can support 2 archery ranges, and then you'll be able to transition into farms super easy. It's ridiculously easy how you can just transition into farms after you've got 10 villagers on wood producing from 2 archery ranges and getting houses out. I see you moving villagers straight to gold. Like, that means you're not gonna hit that. There's a little timing where you can't produce like 1 hippicon if you do the 10 villagers on wood, but it's only like 1 hippicon, and then your economy sorts itself out. So you can actually get away with not putting the villagers on gold first. Little ordering tricks, which can get more units out. And like, I know if you ever see me play, well, you played before against me, and you might look at me and say, like, how does he have that many units as compared to what I've got, sort of thing. It's all about ordering. Seriously, that's all it is. I know your macro is pretty on the ball. Like, you're gonna hit those hippicon, you're gonna get those villagers out. But if you don't order the way your villagers gather resources, you can't get them out, sort of thing. And you can see Torque here. He's very good at it. He's actually. You should be able to fight him here, but we're at 7 minutes 30. Are you at 7 minutes 30? Ish?
I'm at 6:30.
Okay, I'll pause. Wait for you to get back up. If you play fast, get up to 7:30.
Oh, okay. Alright, 7:30.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. You're at 7:30. You can see Torque has the same population as you, but the thing about that is he's Norse, and he's not meant to have the same population as you, because you should actually have more units than him at 7:30. You should be able to come in and hit a timing where you can actually really pressure him. Now, he's got a bunch of Ulfsark sitting in this longhouse, which you may not have seen there. He's a little bit of a trickster, but he can't really do anything, and you can't push in here now because of those Ulfsark. If you had two archery ranges and you put those villagers on wood early, then you would have had a bunch of Toxotes, whatever the fuck they're called, and you would have been able to push in and probably even kick him off that gold line and win the game, because there's no watchtowers close to it and he hasn't got the watchtower upgrade. So basically you could have won there with the correct ordering and good micro. Just because the nature of this matchup is like that. Anyhow, the game goes on. You have too many villagers on gold. I think you only need 10. I could be wrong, but I think with pickaxe you only really need 10 to support 2 stables and 2 archery ranges. Yeah. And you can see you have 400. You have 400 gold instead of like an even economy.
So if I have too many on gold, where should they go at this point?
Well, like, you should know, you have 500 gold. You should just be like, okay, I'm gonna just switch off 5 villages to wood until my gold gets back low, and then I'm gonna start moving villages over to gold again. Like, if your economy ever fucks up, fix it. Don't just let it get out of control. Like, I've had plenty of games where I played like Norse or or Greek, where I've looked at my economy and I've seen, oh fuck, I've got like 1k gold, and I'm in the classical age, I can't trade that gold for any other resource, so you're sort of stuck. Also, do you group your stables under like if you watch the video, you'll see I've grouped buildings just to show you. I've got the stables on 1 and the darts range on 2. You can easily just hit 1 the Hippicon hotkey, 2 the Toxito hotkey, and 3 the Villager hotkey, and you can just run through macro really easy, and that just lets you control your army so much better.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah. You also have 35 favor. Again, you can produce some centaur, but that one villager could have gathered something else earlier and got something better. I mean, unless you're planning to build those centaur, then there's no point in gathering favor.
No, I plan to make the
Nemean lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is fine. Like, yeah. But again, like it's all ordering. I think at this point for you, because you're pretty good. Like you're good. It's just like the little things which make someone who's really fucking good, and like then you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just like me.
Yeah. And you're sitting on nearly full pop. You've got 900. We'll pause it at. I'm paused at 1050, and we'll just talk through this stage of the game. Are you at 1050?
I'm at 1047.
Oh, that'll do.
9.
Alright, so at this stage of the game, you haven't really lost any units, but you see the 900 gold and 300 food. What that should be is 800 food and 500 gold. You should be able to advance to the heroic age at about 11 minutes with full pop as Greek, if you haven't lost too many units.
I should transfer like some gold to berries down there. Like transfer some gold.
Well, if you structured correctly in the first place, you wouldn't have to have done it. So a little bit of a trick that I think to myself when I'm playing Greek, and it works really well for hoplite Toxito compositions. It works okay for Hippicons. I know there's a better thing, but I don't know it in my head. I just sort of on the fly I do it. There's a 10-10-10 sort of composition in your economy that you can run. So it's like a sort of a goal. Do you have the villager counter in the bottom?
I don't.
That's really good, and you should get it. I've
been offered that. I don't feel like it's gonna help.
Oh, it's just sort of like goals. Like you can work out how many villagers on what resource really quickly. If you don't want it, it's fine. You can play however you want. But like as I said, as Greek, I really like 10-10-10. So I'll first hit 10 food, 10 wood, then 10 gold. As Poseidon, it's more like you're sitting on like 8 food, and you go 10 wood, then you go to 10 food, then you go to 10 gold, and then you just need to get villagers on food until you hit the heroic age, unless you need farms, in which case you do wood and you start doing it like that. If I don't think I have any recorded games of myself doing it on me, I might have to troll through RTS Sanctuary. Anyway, so let's keep going in this game. So we're just going through. Torque has a bunch of Ulsark and a bunch of raiding cavalry, and he's just hit the heroic age. You see, now he can hit a timing on you because you haven't.
Do I press play or?
Pardon?
Do I press play?
Yeah. We're at 11 minutes now.
Okay.
Alright. And you can see he's also already started on his armory upgrades, so you know I would expect him to be hitting some sort of timing attack to make you waste your ceasefire. Well, not waste it, but like sort of use it or pressure you into using the ceasefire, so then you can use flaming weapons because he has all these armory upgrades. So what you want to do, of course, is you want to be in a position where you don't have to use your ceasefire and you can hold without that, forcing him to use flaming weapons so that you can stop it from doing any damage. You do have the resources to go to the heroic age, but you forgot your armory. There's almost no reason. You had the wood, I think.
Wait,
a little bit.
have one?
Huh?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have thrown that up at like 10 minutes. You had the wood back then. Yeah. You also have a bunch of archery ranges, which is really good. You saw you had a bunch of Ulfsarks, so you threw down 3 archery ranges. The heroic choice of god in this situation is definitely Aphrodite, so that's good. Right here you can hold with good micro. I think, yeah, you should be able to hold with good micro. He's got his Ulfsarks all over onto like 3 Hippocon, which you could have run away.
Yeah.
And then your Toxtos would have done significant damage. But he's going to get away with a little bit of a win there. He killed a bunch of units, so that was fine. Yeah, okay, this is something that I've always noticed. Let's pause the game, 12 minutes 38. Something that I've always done in my head whenever I play Greek is when I have little goals, or what's it called, timings or whatever. When I say, okay, I'm doing this now, I can do this. If I'm going to the heroic age through a god path, which gives me a little bit of an edge militarily, then I need to say, okay, how can I transition that into a way which is going to benefit me economically? So that's either hitting their villages, killing their villages, so that's going to get me ahead economically, or purchasing upgrades. So when I go to the heroic age through like Aphrodite or something as Greek, or Aphrodite or Dionysus, I'll grab Shaft Mine and I'll grab Bowsaw. Like, you have the resources right now and you can grab them, and it would be... I don't think you've got them. No, it doesn't look like you've grabbed them. So as soon as you hit the heroic age, you look at your resources and say, and look at your army and say, is it safe for me to grab these? If it is, then get them. It's like so much. It just turns your economy like straight upwards. And then you can say, okay, I'll grab my town centers and whatever after you've got those upgrades. Sometimes it's better to grab the other town centers first, but in this situation, it's better to get the upgrades. So I'm going to play again. So we're at like 12:45ish.
Yeah.
You can see Torque's grabbed his bowsaw. He hasn't grabbed his shaft mine yet, but that's because he has the crazy economy of dwarves. And now you have timing which you can push into, because you're going to be hitting the heroic age. Aphrodite's really strong and he only has Ulfsark. So you can use Aphrodite, take out a bunch of those Ulfsarks because they're really low HP. He's going to use flaming weapons, and then you just have to retreat. You don't even have to waste ceasefire, you just don't fight it, and then waste his flaming weapons.
I don't think I do that.
Like you think, oh yeah, I can kill him, but no, you can't. Yep, Aphrodite goes off and you run. Yeah, you just have to run. Like, because he has the defender's advantage, he has longhouses really close, you can just run, you can grab your upgrades, you can grab your town centers, you can grab your upgrades, you're ahead, but instead, like, his army just dominates. Like, I mean, it looks like you have more units than him, which you do, but there's no real reason to fight there, because your Aphrodite took so many units off him, and then you can just retreat and still have full pop. As you can see, you lost every single one of your units. He lost a fair chunk as well, so you're both sort of even militarily, but you could have been so far ahead, like so ridiculously far ahead. And now, because he's Norse, his military, his heroic age is, in my opinion, stronger than Greeks, so he's got the advantage now, and you have to really boom. The other option would have just been to cast Ceasefire, which would have cancelled out. It would have been fine, but you wouldn't have had a Ceasefire. A little trick which I use in my head, when I'm playing with Hermes, is the heroic age. I just what I would have done in this situation. I would have retreated. I would have grabbed 3 town centers and I would have just halted military for until he felt like attacking me. Like, I would just said no more military. I would just build villages. Would have just got upgrades. and stuff like that. Because I have a minute where I can build units, I can ceasefire and nothing he can do will hurt me. Like he can't build any forts close to me, he can't do anything, I can just ceasefire and then build units and then I can fight him and I'm ahead military. I'm ahead economically because I've just been spamming villages and economic upgrades. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is like a massive window where you can just be like, villagers, no military, ceasefire if he attacks me, spam military buildings in that process as well, and just get out units because you've got the economy to spend. Also, that lets you build those 3 town centers really quickly because it's 15 minutes now. I know you went for the timing to attack, and nothing really worked out there, but had you retreated, you wouldn't have had to build units, you would have been able to get 3 town centers up, and you would have been able to do what I said and yeah, you would have been ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can talk about. There's this other little thing, it's really niggly and it's not that important, but it gets you more resources. Now you check your wood line at your home base at 16 minutes and 15 seconds. You've got about, I'd say it's about 5 seconds walking time there and back. And that's probably equates to like a couple, like 10 to 20 resources per minute. So that's 50 wood to just place another storehouse down, and then you get like it'll pay for itself in a minute, and you'd have more wood. Just really stupid little things which don't change the outcome of the game, but give you a little bit of advantage. Which, if you need it, then it matters. Like at the top level of play, if you want to get there, then you have to do those sort of things.
You said at 16 minutes or 15?
16 minutes and 15 seconds at the wood close to your left of your town center, your home town center, first town center.
Oh
Yeah. Other than that, you need to look at your enemy composition. You know, he's going very heavy infantry. You can start building high pacifists from your barracks, which you haven't built. And they'll be fine.
Or is throwing axemen, you mean? Or
No, you can see he's got a bunch of Ulsark, he's got a bunch of throwing axemen. You've got the option of going for high pacifists, or is it high pacifists, high pacifists, or whatever. Those are really ridiculously strong against Norse, especially because he hasn't grabbed medium cavalry. I think medium high pacifists almost trade evenly with raiding cavalry, so you can attempt to go down that path.
oh no, God. Oh, I was thinking of Peltas for some reason.
No, never get them. They're bad. Only get them against chariot archers spamming, or yeah, that's about it. That's their sole purpose in life, to kill retarded ISIS players. I really like this Ford Fortress. It's really aggressive and it gets up, and it's a massively good position because it's his gold mine there. He has 2 really large gold mines which you can kick off with a Petropoli, and there's no harm in building a wall there. You can build a wall there right from your fortress to the tree line, and then your Petropoli will just take down that hill fort with no real resistance.
So, in Ghostly, I was wondering about the 2-side build. Should I focus on the side where his gold is at, or just on both sides? Or
well, on this Ghost, like, it's actually screwed for him. He has 4 gold mines, you have 2, so he's actually got the advantage. So this isn't a normal Ghost like. Well, it is, but all Ghost likes are fucking screwed sometimes. But generally you want to have like a scout over the other side of the map, checking if there's any sneaky gold mines over there, and then you want to just be trying to push him off gold. Because obviously if you push off gold, then you win.
Yeah.
Except for in the late game when there's a market and massive trade, in which case if you push off that shit, if you push off the market, then you win. other than that, like grabbing their third town center and getting 4 town centers, it's a massive thing. I don't know what else you can take from this game. You're basically in a lost position with those hill forts in front of your town center blocking your trade route. You can make a push in, but he'll be able to hold it because he's got some really powerful armory upgrades and you've got none. So I think the two things which you need to work on from looking at this game is ordering. Really sit down and watch some top level players. Magyar is the best example. I think there's a video I posted on YouTube, AOM 101 Magyar's Posse style. I think the first 20 minutes was really good. I explained his build order, like not his build order, but like how you can structure your Poseidon economy to produce units the most efficiently. Obviously download any of his recorded games and you'll be fine. I think I don't want to be up myself, but my Poseidon works pretty good. Yeah. You can look at my recorded games if you want. I'll play Poseidon and I'll sort of structure my economy as best as I can and pump out units as best as I can, just to show you how to do it against an AI. Yeah, let's go into the next game. Oh, what was the other thing? I just said ordering, and the other one is
precision. Oh wait, or something.
Fuck. Oh, booming. When you get that advantage which you had, don't throw it away. Don't say, okay, I'm going for the kill. I'm gonna get him. He's mine. I'm gonna kill him. No, don't fucking do that. Just run away. Get 3 town centers. Make villages. Stop making army. If he attacks you, cast ceasefire. Get more military. Really fucking simple. It's how you play Poseidon, and you fuck people over. Okay, let's go into the second game. I'll see if there's anything here. So it's AOL Tournament versus R Hash Stones. This is talk again. Yeah?
Yep.
So, not gonna start the game yet. The first thing you gotta note on Ghost Lake against Ra, against Egyptian, is that 1 or 2 gold mine Ghost Lake. If it's 2 gold mine Ghost Lake, you can do nothing. You can't do anything to them. Legit. You have to structure your play to get ahead of them economically, because you're not going to push them off gold. There's no way in hell unless they're really bad. So, and the best way, in my opinion, to play this matchup is to attempt to force a classical fight. Don't fight them ever. Make like 10 Hippocon, go to the heroic age, get Aphrodite, grab 3 town centers, and then try and make a push on their outside gold mine with siege and a really strong army. So let's just see what you do, and we'll try and work about it. This is one of the hardest matchups in, like, apart from the screwed like Zeus versus Norse on Mediterranean. Like, this is one of the hardest winnable matchups, like, to execute. Like, it's winnable, but it's really hard to execute. Okay, so I saw that you built the granary straight away. When you saw you had no hunt. Instead, what you can do is you can wait till you have 15 food on those first initial 3 villages. If you haven't found hunt by then, build the granary. If you have found hunt, then move those villages over to the hunt, because there's no point in grabbing those berries unless you can't see any hunt, and there's always hunt on Ghost Lake somewhere. It's always either Orkrok, or is it Orkrok? I don't know how to pronounce it, and or Boar. You see there's Orkroks because there's one at your base now. And because
let me get something real quick.
all right,
Yeah.
no worries. Okay. So I'm at 107-ish. You around there?
124.
Alright. Just play. Yeah, because of the hunt, sort of, you didn't find it. Meant you have to structure your early game a little bit differently. Which is fine, and you're sort of doing it, so you'll be right. Against Rag, you'll be fine to advance at 5:15, so 4 villages wood, 3 gold, and get that early pickaxe is fine. I suppose what you can do is you can send your scout in to their base. A little bit of strategic thinking to force the classical fight. As you can see, where's their gold mine? Which one are they mining from? You can see it is the exposed one first, and you can sort of run in there and try and harass and try your hardest not to lose any units, because there's no point in losing them, because you can dodge arrow fire unless they have crenellations with Hippocon. You sort of just need to pressure that in hopes that that will build a barracks. Because that's what you want. And of course there, like my sort of art style, when I play classical fighters, I get really aggressive so that they can't semi-fast heroic and they have to classical fight me, and I say, haha, you're a dumb shit. I can't do anything with my army. You have 2 gold mines in your base, so you can just turtle. And then I do nothing, and I'm stuck with all these shitty units. So yeah, that's like the answer to an aggressive classical fight, is to grab watchtowers, not leave your base, get heroic, get curse, and if you need to, ceasefire and grab a town center, and then sort of sit on that, and you'll be fine.
I'm going to his base.
Yeah, you're scouting him, you see he's mining that gold mine, you saw he wasn't on the other gold mine, you can click on the gold and you can see if there's anything gathered. You can see that there's no possible way of attacking from the right side around the tree, so you know you're going to have to go through the left side of the trees, and you're going to be able to come in here and attack there. He can wall that off, and if he does, it's out of tower fire, so you can take down that wall as easy as possible. Going to force a Sphinx, at least force a Sphinx, and barracks units. If he goes Patar, he's going to have to build barracks units to defend, because that gold mine is really out of the way, and he chose to gather it first, which is not bad, because if he goes fast heroic, then he can just slam a Migdol down in the middle of there, and then have the other gold mine protected, and he'll be fine. So you did get the early pickaxe, it's really good. You've got a temple. You should be getting husbandry. Did you get it? Nope. Nope. That's alright. Always forget stuff. You have a bunch of herdables, and it's just the earlier you get husbandry, the more food you're gonna get out of them. And this ghost like has no hunt. No hunt. Well, there's hunt over there, but like you have no hunt. You've used it already. So you're going to be gathering from those herdables, and you need to have as much shit as possible. You got hand axe when you went to the classical age, really good. But again, you've only got 4 villages on wood, which is fine if you're semi-fast heroicing, because you've got 240 wood, going to throw down 3 stables, build 10 Hippocon max, and then run around with them. But from memory, I don't know what you did.
I think he does. He goes classical flight.
You have a little bit of bug. Like at 5:15, you look at your stables.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That'd be funny. Yep. If you're building 2 stables, it's more efficient to be building them with 1 villager on both. Sometime I don't know if it's just me, but I'll build an archery range as well. I
Is it just in case he goes full classical?
Yeah, and you can sort of just shoot at him from your base. Yeah, if you build 10 cav and then your minimal amount of toxitose that you can afford, then you'll still get to the heroic age at least 10 minutes and grab that town center really quickly. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's either you go the 3. Yeah, you get more units. Yeah. I'm right. You get more units if you grab the just 2 stables and 1 range, but you're building a 3/3 stable, which is almost a waste. Yeah. So you can send your scout in as soon as he hits Patar to see barracks. You'll see he's got the 3 barracks going up, which means he's going to be doing a really aggressive. Wait, have you scouted it? You only saw 1 barracks, which gives away that he wants to at least semi-classical fight. But you want to see 3 barracks. If you see 3, he's doing a really strong classical fight. If you see 2, he's doing a semi-fast heroic. And if you see the 3, you want to throw up walls, and you want to just go to the heroic age after you've got those units, and you want to pick off any spearmen outside of his base, anything you can. You just want to lose as minimal amount of units as possible. What can I talk about? What can I tell you? So yeah, I think that's important against Egyptian, is to scout as soon as you see them hitting the classical age with your scout. I don't know what else to say about that. Oh yeah. The other thing you can do, I see you're still building, cav. You can actually stop building cavalry when you see his classical fighting once you've got 10, and you can throw down an extra archery range, and just put more toxitos. That's something you can do, because you've like 11 Hippocon are more than enough of a meat shield to deal with some sort of medium spearman, whatever, and then you can sit at your base and be fine. So nice shifting sands by Talk, grabbing 2 villages, and he's not going to lose them. Nothing you can do about that. But you did scout with the villager. Hey, you saw the 2 barracks, so now you know he's completely classical fighting. Not that it wasn't given away. And you managed to save him as well. That's nice. Also, the other thing you can need to note is, I know it doesn't matter on Ghost Lake, but on this Ghost Lake, but on a 1 medium gold line map, the golds normally extinguish at about the 10-minute mark-ish if they've been playing well. So you can say, okay, 10 minutes is here, you need to be sitting on these gold lines now, and you stop running around doing stupid stuff. You just sit on these gold lines and you try and gold stuff. And I can see you are really committing to a classical fight. You got an armory up, you've got a lot of villagers on food, which is really good. Gonna get to that heroic age probably about 11 minutes if you stop building units, which you have. So that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But here again, you're just not going to be able to use your units, and the only thing you're going to be doing is containing. Granted, if you hit the timing correctly, instead of gold starving, you can actually grab his town center, but he'll be able to grab it back. I think. Yeah, he'd be able to grab it back with a full classical army and siege. You would not be able to hold on to it. So you'd be more safe grabbing your own 2 town centers and shit like that. Have you got husbandry yet? You have. Another thing you can do, if you've got like 15 villagers around your town center, you can hit the bell when they're around there, and then hit the bell again, and they'll dump all the resources in there, and you'll have the food. Like you had the 800 food gathered, and you did it. You see, you did it at like 10:30. but you had the 800 food gathered at 10 minutes. You just needed to do it then, which is just fine. Also, when you're going to the heroic age, there's no need to have 15 villages on food anymore. Your goals have changed from getting to the heroic age to getting 2 town centers and economic upgrades. So you should probably have like 4 or 5 villages left on food and the rest on gold and wood. You already have 600, well, you did have 600 wood. You spent it on something, probably on shaft mine. But you can have like 15 wood and 15 gold and then grab town centers instantly and then transfer back to whatever you need, like back to food, get more wood so you can start spamming farms, and then all the booming works really well.
It's a ton of work.
Fun?
It's a ton of work to do.
Yeah. And I'm not saying any of this is easy, but like it's just little. I'm gonna pause it at 11:35. Like it's just the things which mold together to like help in the long run. Like you'll note in some games, you'll see myself and someone who's good, like who's a really solid macro player in a 3v3 or something. At 12 minutes, our scores will be like really similar, but at 15 minutes, I'll be like 1k in front of him because I did the little things. Like I'll be 1k scoring in front of him, and that's all economy, just because I did the little things.
Yeah, because when we're playing, I'm always like, what? We're the same as gods, and
yeah,
way ahead of me.
yeah. it's just really. And if you watch my recorded games after we play, and you say, okay, look at what I did, and look at what he's doing. He's doing different stuff to me. Why? And then if you look at the score, and I haven't point cheated, which I sometimes do. It's an accident, but it's just because But if I haven't, and you'll see I've done this, and you go, oh, I didn't do this. Maybe I'll throw this into my game and do it. And that's how I got good. I played a bunch of games against Spoink and against AOM King and all those people, and I just sat down after the games after I played like knocked out 6 games or whatever, and I just watched all of them, and I said, I did this. What did he do? Why is his economy better than mine at this point? And I started saying, oh, there's that, and things just started clicking. Just like, oh, you can do this, and this molds into this, and then yeah. So you can write stuff down as well. Like you say, like write down, okay, heroic age, he's transferred villages to wood and gold. He's going to be getting town centers, and you need to sort of understand why he's doing it as well. So then it makes sense to you, and that's how it sort of clicks. And we'll keep going. I'll see what happens. Got about 10 minutes left of the lesson.
Oh yeah. You know what you said.
Yeah, like you hit heroic age and you could only afford the 1 town center instead of 2 town centers, and you've got like 500 food, and you're like, oh, what can I do with this food? I can't really do anything, can I? Also, now you've got the wood and the gold, you haven't even thought about grabbing that town center. Like instantly, as soon as you hit the heroic age, you're like, town centers, I need them, go. I don't care that he's got army attacking my hippogone, I'm gonna run them around like a wild cat and just like fucking just distract him while my town center's going. See, he's got 1 town center, and he should have already got his 2nd town center, because I don't know why he hasn't. He hasn't got the gold, and he's thinking about securing his outside gold or something. He's trying to secure his outside gold, which he shouldn't be doing. He should be going town centers and then gold. He's still got like 2k gold left in base, and so like why are you trying to get outside of your base when you can be more stable like later in the game? So yeah, your economy could be just that little bit ahead of him, and then it snowballs, and then you'll be ahead because he's trying to do too much, or whatever. You can see he's grabbing that town center now, and you're still building units. Why build units? You have curse, you can curse him, and you also have ceasefire. So your army is so much more powerful than his. He doesn't have anything, and you're just choosing to fight his spearmen. Like, while that's fine, that means you have to still build more to protect yourself, and like you could just use curse, and he has to build more, and you can constant pressure without actually fighting. It means he has to build more units while you just have to build villages.
Yeah.
Um,
Good point.
so yeah, anytime you're ahead, you have to think to yourself, how can I get more ahead? Like, and by ahead, like you're not theoretically you're not ahead, but god power wise, he's only got Locust. You have Curse and Ceasefire. So Ceasefire translates into 1 minute of time when I choose. There's no fighting, so that can translate into like economy. Curse translates into like you lose all your units because you have Spearmen, and Spearmen have no HP, and you're gonna lose about like 15 of them. And there's like no harm whatsoever in just casting it and like attacking and then retreating, like, and he'll have to build them up again. And right now I'm at 14 minutes and 15 seconds. When you've just got your third town center up, you don't have any wood. Like you have no wood to translate into farms, which you need now because you've got 3 town centers. You need the food now to be pumping out villages. So, and that's where it also translates from transferring villages over to wood when you go into the heroic age. It all meshes together correctly. Like you can now like draw farms and build more villages. But instead you're sort of trying to pressure his gold mine and kick him off stuff, and it's sort of working, but like it I don't know. The longer you let I don't know. It doesn't really work. It's I don't know. And you can see, I think if I pause the game now and I go to post game, hopefully my game doesn't bug up. You go to economy. He is 7 villages ahead of you. So
on the timeline or where?
on his 7 villages, he's got 7 more villages than you at 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Which, well, might not seem like lots. It's lots. Because like, and I'm looking at your town centers, and you're not constantly training villages, and you have 600 wood, 700 wood, which can translate like into farms, which can translate into more villages, which can translate into more units. Haha.
Yeah, but sometimes when I'm making a town center, I put them back to wood so I can start getting those farms.
Yeah. That's fine.
But
Like,
yeah, but I don't have enough on wood to make villagers, so I just have to slowly get back my food.
yeah. That's fine. Like, but like as I said, you had 700 wood sitting there, which with 9 villages on food, so you can't build both military and everything else. Like I don't know, man. Man, you have 1,000 favor. Yeah, 100 favor. You also have, so that then you also have the gold to translate into Nemean lions. So, and
Yeah, it's
like,
what I'm gonna do right now.
yeah,
Or what I did.
yeah, and of course Nemean lions are really good against classical
Yeah.
units of Greek opera. Um, yeah, I see. All your wood went into more military academies, and again, it comes down to ordering. Like, these military academies could have gone down 5 minutes later, and then you could have spammed units because you would have had all of those more villages or whatever. When I said 5 minutes, I mean like 2 minutes or 3 minutes later. Like,
Yeah, 5 minutes too much.
like what is it? 3 minutes of villager production from 3 town centers is what, 9 villages a minute, so 27 villages in 3 minutes you can make, and that sounds like a lot, because it is. Like if you do it correctly, you can hit 80 the full pot villages in like in no time at all, if you're constantly producing villages. And at 18 minutes, I would expect to be 80 villages like Talk is. Talk's already got his 80 villages out. And you're sitting on 60 instead of 80, yeah. And like I said before, he was 6 villages ahead of you. That's 6, and now he's 20. And like that is probably the biggest thing between you and Talk. Your micro and military control is on par with him, but your ordering is not. He's just yeah. So I don't know what else you can learn from this game. So yeah. So let's just go over it. When you go into the thrower cage, attempt to stop fighting. You can pressure and you can show that you're there and you have the mobility, so you can do that and then just stop fighting. But pressure. Transfer villages to wood and gold. Depending on how much wood you have and how much gold you have, you need to sort of judge it to get 3 town centers up quick. As soon as you hit the heroic cage, grab 2 town centers, and then you need to look at your wood and say, how much wood do I have left? Do I have enough to produce some farms, or do I need to have a little bit of a moment where I'm gathering wood and then transferring over as soon as I find that 75 wood for a farm? Because it's not like you leave those villages on wood for like ages and then build farms. You're only putting them on wood so that you can get farms out. Other than that, I think this game would have been one for you had you have done that, because you would have had the economy to deal with it, to deal with his armies. Because he's got I don't know, Greg's strong at this point in the game, and you'd be able to push through fine. Yeah, upgrade wise, yeah, you're fine. The only thing that's lacking was the ordering in order to get those villages out.
Yeah, there's 20
Hmm.
enemies.
Also, a market at some point start producing camels. You have 1700 gold or whatever, so it's not that big of a deal, but whatever. I'm just gonna play fast through to the end of this game. Just want to see exactly what happens, why you lose. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. He catapults your town center with walls and buildings and shit with the ceasefire. There's nothing you can do there.
Through experience or something.
Yeah, no. He managed to get secure a really important spot on the map. Like I'm at 22 minutes and 15 seconds. You can see he's got 2 migdols up there, a siege workshop, and some walls around there. And at that point, your army's over the other side of the map. You don't have any siege. You're not going to be able to stop this. And he can throw up some towers now, and that town center's going down. There's nothing you can do about it. So the only way to really stop that is to say to yourself, okay, where are the important spots on the map? And get line of sight of them. Throw up walls there. Throw up buildings there, just to stop him from able to build buildings. And if he tries to destroy them, then you need to get over there and stop him from doing it. Because like you have an important, you've secured an important spot on the map. It's just he was faster than you because you didn't have any line of sight of him. And he had line of sight of you the entire time, and you were pushing through because your Greek army is really strong. But yeah, you just didn't have line of sight of what he was doing. You could have stopped it with like 5 Hippicon, but yeah. So other than that, like late game, I'm not the best person for late game, but I know that all you have to do is have line of sight in specific areas, and you'll be fine. You won't lose to the bullshit. Like it seems lame. Like people will call it lame if you start walling catapults in, but really it's your own fault for letting him have that position. Yeah. So I hope you learned something from this, and you can sort of go out and think about it, and watch some recorded games and say, holy shit, he's talking about that, and like that person's doing it. That's why he's good.
Yeah.
So, and if you didn't, you can say so, and I just go, oh fuck, I'm a terrible teacher. But yeah. Anyways, gonna stop this thing. Go play some games. Yeah.
What was that?
I'm gonna stop this lesson now, and we're gonna go play some games or something.
Okay.
Alright.
Let me get my mouse.
See you, man. Thank you all for watching. My name was BoIt, and this is a lesson I gave to AOL ZeusOP, where we talked about Poseidon and the things which he was doing wrong. And you can look at your own play and like say, well, am I doing those things wrong as well? So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll be able to do more in the future. And I'll see you guys next time.